Good morning. You're in the garden with Authentically E. And I just wanted to pop in and give you guys a garden tour. It's been raining a lot here in Zone 6E, and I really seen a lot of great growth in my plants. I even have a garlic scape, y'all. It's crazy. So I want to show y'all my progress, and I'm very impressed. Thank God for that rain. All right. Let's look at so these are my snap peas, and you see they are now climbing the trellis. Don't they look good? And then I have my cucumbers are doing something over there, getting their true leaf. And then we have cabbage, which is doing really well. This is a new cabbage I just planted. I bought from Home Depot, and because I had space in this bed, and I was going to put my peppers in the bed, but cabbage and peppers do not do well together, and I didn't think my cabbage would be out of the bed in enough time that the peppers would come in after. I'm like, just put it in a bag and let it be. So this is my pepper row. So we have green bell peppers and some hot peppers in each of these bags. And respectfully, I cannot remember for the life of me what peppers I use. So I know I have a bell pepper and I know I have a hot pepper. I know that on these here apps, people know specifically. I do not know specifically what pepper. So as they show up, we will know what they are. Okay? All right, back to the tour. We also have some more peas on this side, and my cucumbers got ate up by something on this side. But I see one that's actually going to make it, which is fine, because on this end I have almost too many plants on this trellis. So what I'm going to do is probably transport two of these four, or one of these four over to this trellis with that one that actually made it. We had slugs. That was crazy. So slugs and snails due to all the rain. So I got some snail bait this year because I didn't feel like battling that epic battle with the bear traps, and everything was too much for me. So I bought some stuff this year. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I just know that ain't no slugs eating my stuff. Okay. Back to the tour. So now we have deal in this bed. This is another purple cabbage. So these are like purple cabbage, and this is a regular green cabbage. These are my onions. They're doing pretty well. This side don't get as much sun, so I expect them not to be as big, but it's okay because I need the shade so that the cabbages don't bolt when it gets too hot. And then we have my tomato. So I did a makeshift trellis. I had this right here might work. We will see. But here is my tomatoes. That is a cherry tomato, which is a non-determinate. And this is a baby tomato that I just had on the porch and was like, let's just do it. And this is a beefsteak tomato, and it's a determinate. So it'll get to a certain point, it will stop. This one I'm nervous about, but we shall see. And these are my onions. So as you can see, this onion is pretty big. So that's an onion. Nasturtium, marigolds, basil, and I'm actually going to top this basil. So top you down here. Top that so it bushes out more. And over here we have my garlic, and this is my garlic scape, and I honestly need to snap this off. So you take the garlic scape off so that the energy goes into the roots and not into making this into a flower, because this is actually a flower on the end. So, and this is actually a delicacy. So we can cut this up and use it just like garlic, and it smells. Oh, it smells just like garlic. So this is actually edible and will be a part of our harvest today. These are they are doing well. I don't think they have. As you can see, there's a baby broccoli. See that baby broccoli in there? And I think they all have a little something. There's a little something in there. So this is my broccoli. And I have 5 of these. And these are the little ones. So I succession grew these. So when these are ready to go, these will be coming up behind. So I will have broccoli another time right after that one. So that works out. Oh, and what's in these bags? So these are my sweet potatoes slips. This one took in here, but I've actually got another sweet potato cooking in the house. So I'm going to add some more slips to this bag. But this one, these all took. So these are the sweet potato slips. And this is my cucumber. And she is doing very well. There's a baby one over here. So I'm hoping that this one, kicks in right when this one's already trellising. So that's that. I'm really enjoying the layout of this garden. Like it works very well with the way the sun moves in my yard, and it's really benefiting the growth of my plants. So I'm very impressed. I want to show you something else I added. So the other day when it was raining, we added corn. So this is our corn. I just literally threw some cardboard down, some in-ground soil, and some compost, and some granulated fertilizer, and popped some corn in here. I did it in I hate to say block formation, but basically there's about 25 ears of corn, things of corn in there, because they have to grow in a certain way so that they pollinate and form the ears the proper way. So that's that. This is my blueberries, and she was not this big. She's doing great. It's a lot of new leaves. I'm impressed. And they're over here on the shady side with my most prized possession. Like, this bed right here is my favorite bed. In fact, I think I'm going to do a side story about them. So short about them. But here is my lettuce and my Brussels sprouts and my green beans and my spinach bed. So you have the Brussels sprouts, which are in the back. And as you can see, they're succession grown. So baby, middle, big. These are my green beans. I'm actually going to put more green beans in because I didn't have a lot come out. So I feel like I need to put some more beans in this middle part. And then on this last row is my lettuce. Ain't it pretty? We have romaine, we have butter crunch, I believe it's called, and then we have spinach. My spinach is doing great. It's crazy. Last year I couldn't even grow spinach, but this year it's amazing. And then we have my other lettuce, romaine, butter crunch, I believe. That's in the storage room. Ain't they pretty? This is alyssum, and it's coming in nicely. These are some more green beans. I'm going to add a couple more here. And here is some more alyssum that is bloomed. So it's these flowers. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. That's a green bean that didn't make it out the shade. in time, I think. It might still be growing though, so I'm gonna let it be. That's a marigold. So, and that's my shady bed. I'm very impressed with the layout of this bed because the way I set it up was the Brussels sprouts would be the shade for the green beans when it got too hot, and then the green beans would be the shade for the lettuce and the spinach when it got too hot. So it was all planted a certain way. And then I have nasturtium, alyssum in this bed, which is also attracts certain pollinators, but also protects it from certain things that like to eat the lettuce and the green beans and stuff. And the green beans put like great nitrogen into the soil, which is great for your leafy vegetables. When I got started, I wasn't sure of how to plant stuff, so I just did a lot of research on YouTube about companion planting, and a lot of that has helped my garden so much. I also believe in fertilizer. I've been using a lot of fish fertilizer. I do have my own banana peel water that I use. I'm actually about to make a natural fertilizer, which would be coffee grounds, eggshells, banana peels, and water. And I'm gonna let that sit for about 2 weeks, and then I will be using that to water my plants now that they're at this stage. And that just covers all of the things that are needed to keep going, because plants need more than just water, they also need food. So, and they feed off of like their leaves. So when their leaves drop onto the soil, even though it does attract bugs that you don't like, but it also helps put nutrients back into the ground that they feed off of. So, but also, I need to introduce y'all to one last thing I forgot all about, and it's the biggest thing in my yard. This is my potato plant. So these are my potatoes. These are russet and yellow golden potatoes, I believe. But this was started first, and this was started 2 weeks later. And look how much growth we have, guys. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. I am truly impressed with my garden this year. And it is really thriving because I am very consistent about it. And with this weather being so weird, I have to really keep an eye on things. So also, this is my kale, and this is my greens. So we have kale. Ain't she pretty? Kale is I think kale looks the coolest in the garden. Like, I saw somebody with some purple kale, and I was just like, oh my god, I wish I had that, because that probably looks so pretty. These are collard greens. It's a collard. That's a collard. That's a collard. She getting big too, ain't she? This is mustard. That's a mustard. That's a mustard. And that's a kale, I believe. Yeah, that's a kale. She got bigness and nasturtium. Some marigolds. I also have a bunch of mushrooms, which is great, because that means I have some great living soil. There's life in this soil. Then we have some more onions. I have a total of like 30 onions in my garden. They're great at repelling certain pests. And you can never have too many onions. This is rosemary. Isn't she pretty? And this is the lemon thyme. My husband got me. It's getting so big. I need to start clipping from it. If you want it to keep on giving you producing, you have to cut. You have to take the flowers. It's just like even with your flowers in your yard, you should cut the heads off and bring them in your house. It'll make them produce more. It makes them put in more work. It's crazy how that works. It's crazy how you have to go through something. You have to let go of something to receive more. Is that crazy? And I feel like that's the lesson. I think that's what we're going to end on. You have to tend to your garden. You have to remove the dead leaves. You have to weed it. You have to get rid of it. And even if some weeds are beneficial. So if you can't pull it, just let it be. It's not time for it to come out yet. That plant ain't ready. But no, all jokes aside, remember to water your garden. Remember to tend to your garden. Remember that nobody is perfect. Everybody got some weeds. Everybody got some broke branches. So also be gentle while out in the world with the rest of the vegetables. And that's it. I love my garden, y'all. This is really the dopest thing I've created in a long time. Next to my kids. Ain't she pretty? Ain't she pretty? And that's it. And you were in the garden with Authentically E.